Okay, October 16th. Two things happened today that are interesting. One is that in 1901, Teddy Roosevelt shocked the country by inviting a African American man, Booker T. Washington, to the White House for dinner. African Americans had been in the White House before. They'd been invited for special occasions and for ceremonial activities, but never had an African American dined in the White House. This was back heavy segregation, and so it just shocked the country. Some people later praised him for the gesture and for having dinner with Booker T. Washington. Others condemned him. So that happened today in 1901. The other thing that happened in 1963 was John F. Kennedy was informed that the Soviets were putting missiles in Cuba. This was a start of a 13-day tense standoff between Kennedy and Khrushchev, and between the Americans and the Russians over these missile sites in Cuba. This led to the term mutually assured destruction, right? Because we're pointing nuclear missiles at each other within a range of 100 miles, because Cuba's just 90 miles off the coast of Florida. And so easy reach for the Russians to hit us anywhere in the country now if they've got nuclear missiles in Cuba. So this ended up being a real test of Kennedy's leadership. And so ultimately prevailed, got him to back down. But we'll talk about that in a later video. So today, the Cuban Missile Crisis starts in 1963, and Teddy Roosevelt dines with Booker T. Washington in the White House. That's what I have for you today. I will see you tomorrow.